Welcome back to New York Living. It's Your Money Monday, and today is all about the students in your life. From student loans and credit cards to budgeting and building credit, the financial choices young adults make today can impact them for years to come.
So whether you're sending a child to college or just want to help them get a smart financial start, Wealth Advisor from Midland Financial, Larry Sprung, is here to help. Welcome.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hello, Larry.
How are you?
Yeah.
We have young people. Mine are a little bit further down the line than Ben's, but can you just tell us what does teaching financial literacy to young people do to sort of prepare them for the rest of their lives?
Oh, it sets them up forever. I mean, everything we do and everything we want to do surrounds by some kind of financial means. So the earlier we get them on board, understanding the financial literacy and how things work and how things operate, the better off they're going to be in college and then post-college for the rest of their life.
This is the next question is the challenge of challenges when it comes to this stuff, because we have jobs with our kids. They have to sweep, and then you get $2 to do whatever. And then as soon as they get that money, they spend it.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't understand how important it is to budget.
Yeah.
Why is it so important, and how do you teach kids how to budget?
So start as early as possible. Like my kids, we had a piggy bank that had more than one slot. It had spend, save, invest, and charity.
How big was this piggy bank?
It had 4 slots in it. It was excellent.
Piggy bank.
Really start, implementing that super early.
Yeah.
And then when they got to college, if they're not there yet, try to work with them on budgeting. Find a tool. There's so many free resources out there that they can start spending their money in and their money out, and get them working on that budget.
I remember when my children are now 20 and 17, and when they were younger, I was like, no, we can't do that because we have to save this for college.
Right.
And they did not understand it until my eldest got to college.
Exactly.
And he was like, where's that thing you were saving for college? I'm like, turns out it's locked up in a 529.
Right.
But how, at different ages, when they were 9, they didn't know from, I'm saving this for. How do you deal with a kid who's like, but no, I want it now?
I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, in terms of the 529 plan, you can explain to them what that was for, and that there are certain things that surround that 529 plan on what it can be used for and what it can't be used for. It's really not for everyday spending. It's really for their education, their room, their board, things like that. So you have to really be able to change with the times as they get older. You want to increase that conversation and really have, more meaningful dialogue around the financial aspect of things.
Luckily, there's more. You can use the 529 for more nowadays.
For more than
you can put credit cards. Talk to your kids about credit cards, correct?
Have to. I mean, if you look at it, 70% of all kids today feel overwhelmed by finances. 25% of all college-age kids owe $1,000 or more on their credit card. They have to understand that. They also have to understand that if they spend today, they don't have to wait till the end of the month to pay off that bill. Like my son, for example, he'll put something on the card today and pay it off tomorrow, just to make sure it's out of the way. He's budgeted for it, but he wants the points. He wants that, those extra bonuses.
And to build up credit.
Right.
So talk to us about the building up credit, because I know I have friends who opened up credit cards for their kids when they were zygotes, just to sort of, build up credit.
Yeah, so I mean, for us, we added our kids on early on, and if you feel comfortable, you can add them on as an authorized user. That shows up on their report. It will start building them credit, and then they transition. Credit is the root of a lot of things when they get older. It's how much is it going to cost me to buy a car? How much is my car insurance going to cost? How much more is it going to cost me to buy a house? Having solid credit is so important, and having kids know about the credit report, looking at the credit report, and utilizing it as a tool for their future is vitally important.
Except my dad, who almost killed me for opening up a Banana Republic card when I was like 19. Protecting your children. We just had this conversation with our financial person. Protecting your children, and that's about power of attorney, right?
Yeah. I mean, you send your child off to school, they're still your child, but the reality is they're 18, they're on their own. So they are really on their own. So you call the school, they are not going to be telling you anything. You have to have that power of attorney to get that information from them. It happened with my son. He had an issue at school. We called him up. They're like, we can't talk to you. Faxed over the power of attorney. All of a sudden, all was revealed, and we had that conversation to act in his best interest, so everything was taken care of.
18's too young.
I know. I've been there.
Something.
I've been there with my son. Tell your kids it's okay to ask for help.
Yeah, I think that's a troubling thing where people, kids end up running into trouble. They're not sure where to turn to because this is all new and for them. So have those conversations. Don't make money something that is taboo. Have those conversations when they come home. Talk to them about how their financial situation has been. Where are they spending? Open up that conversation. Don't make it taboo because it'll make it much easier. And then if there is an issue, they'll be more apt to have that conversation with you.
And don't be embarrassed. It's like the same thing with
right.
mental health. It's like, just talk about it. It's
Yep.
okay to speak about this.
That's
Be
it.
open.
100%. Everybody runs into trouble sometimes
Yeah.
about something, and
Yeah.
we can't get out of it if we don't ask for help. Like you said, mental health,
Same thing,
financial,
yeah.
it's all
Same thing.
interrelated.
Larry, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.